Hello, everybody. Welcome.
And they still make money, though.
They still make money. They still print money.
Whoop.
It's
Hello,
wild.
hi. Welcome to Sunfall Cycle. It's a thing we're doing that is existing. How's everyone today? Are we good? Great.
Talking mad
we're
shit,
wonderful.
Jesse.
Talking shit.
We're talking a lot of shit today.
Per usual.
A lot of shit
what day am I gonna come in and be like, hey, welcome to Sunfall Cycle? And you guys gonna be like, we had a nice conversation about like friendship and
We did.
We
I think
holding
had
hands.
that. We do that. We always do that first because we're excited to see each other. We update each other on nice things.
Oh, I missed that
and then
part.
we start talking.
I only
Yeah,
get the
we-
juicy
that's
goss. I
the
only get the hot goss.
appetizer. That's the appetizer. You come at the end of the entree, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
If
It's not my
if the
fault.
coin
I mean,
flip lands heads, it's shit talking, and if
I
it's
think
tails,
yeah.
it's shit talking. If it lands on its side, though, that's like happy friend updates.
I just think it's funny you think we're not capable of doing both. Like,
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. I think we kinda do both at the same time.
I definitely don't. I know you, Bronze. You're no.
if you know me, then you know that I'm like, oh my gosh, I love you and you're beautiful and you deserve better than that. But also, Jesse, I will cut her if you want me to. I do both. Where I'm like, also, she's a skanky whore and you are bait for like horrible women. But also, you're a great person and you deserve better than that. I do both.
I
and do
can't
all
tell
my
what
friends
just
are like,
happened
you
here,
know
but
what,
I
Brett?
don't think any of that was positive.
No, it was. How do you miss the positive?
I
there?
think you
It was
just-
very supportive what she just said.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of those things that, like, if I were to take that to the internet and be like, is this like a compliment sandwich? Am I being gaslit right now? I feel like a lot of people would be on my side on that one.
They would be wrong. They would all be wrong. You're not being gaslit, Jesse. Not at all.
What do you
They're
mean?
Worse,
Just
just
listen
the worst
to
at taking compliments, Jesse.
Jesse, if it's a compliment sandwich, that means you've received 2 compliments.
Yeah.
I only got
piece
one.
of
You're right. That
constructive
was a shit sandwich with a compliment in the middle with the like compliment spread. Yeah, I only got one
The
compliment. Thank you very
complimentary
much.
condiment.
We might call that compliment Twinkie.
Right. Right. Yeah. The spongy cake of disappointment on the outside and a shot of sugar in the middle. Yeah,
Cream on the
yeah.
inside.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Listen, Jesse loves my Twinkie. Okay?
Ooh, yeah.
It's all right. It's
He loves
okay.
my Twinkies.
That was
He's alright.
horrible. I loved that.
He loves my Twinkies.
See, it was very normal when I said it, and then you made it weird, Bronze.
What? No, I'm just saying he loves my Twinkie. He loves my cream-filled Twinkie.
Loves my Twinkie.
No, but if you really want to know what we were
Love
talking
that.
about, we were talking about how awesome Jesse's brand new 5-minute news segments are.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, it wasn't good because all I saw when I got on YouTube to look at something else, I saw the thumbnail and I was like, what is this?
It's so good.
You should watch.
So good.
I haven't watched it. I need to. But the
It's all right.
thumbnail was like just so many faces cut out and put into the thumbnail. I loved it. It was very attention grabbing.
Thank you. See? I'm going to get your attention one of these days.
I see
One of
big
these
face,
days.
and then a whole bunch of dollars sprinkled all around with some company names.
Mm-hmm.
The white outer glow.
Wait,
applied
are you
to
talking about yesterday's
Sunfall
5-minute gaming
TNG.
news? That did have 30 faces on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 38 minutes ago. This is today's 5-minute gaming. Jesse, that was yesterday's news, man. What?
I talked about it yesterday, but then today I deep dove on why it is terrible that Xbox would purchase Activision Blizzard. And
I like
everyone
your
who's
face
like,
in that thumbnail.
they're gonna save Activision Blizzard. False. Falsification.
Yeah, I can tell from the thumbnail. I respect that. You're like, no, they're not. You're idiots.
Yeah. You're very honest with your thumbnail. A lot of people are not.
Tink you. That's what
You should've
I've
just made
always said. I've
the
got honest
PogChamp face.
thumbnails.
These are
Yeah.
really good, Jesse.
Oh my gosh. These are, I like the 5-minute.
I respect a good thumbnail. I used to have to make
Amen.
thumbnails for Geek and Sundry constantly, and like I would just make them more and more ridiculous. And
Look, that's how it works. It's
Dating
unfair.
game, and my thumbnail got rejected because I had so many pigeons on it. Alicia was
Rejected
like,
too many pigeons.
Just make it a little more professional. And I was like, this is a pigeon dating game on YouTube. Like, how professional do we really need to be?
Yeah. What is professional?
It was a lot. But I have respect for a good thumbnail. They're hard to make.
I wish I could go back to the days of doing it in like MS Paint. Where it's like Yeah, that's a thumbnail. Yeah.
That's what the art sounded like.
Yeah, that's me being like a 5-year-old kid in MS Paint. Like, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah.
Watch my video, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I love a good 5-year-old sense of like confidence. That's what I want in my life.
You to make a thumbnail for your next video that's literally just an MS Paint. Watch my video, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that, but
We will buy you the crayons.
I'll buy you a copy.
It's just straight
I'll
up.
buy you a copy of MS Paint to do this, Jesse.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. You're such a kind man. Yeah. No, I mean, okay. Yeah, all right. So, what's going on with you, Steven? You are today, I'm just going to say this, very, I don't know if it's the lighting, but you have like this, like you smeared Vaseline on your camera lens look.
Oh, yeah, nice. I wonder if I just like smooshed my thumb all over it.
Steven looks like he's in the trailer for
that's even worse.
Romantic drama from 1996.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's a lot of bloom.
No,
There's a lot of that's a soft focus, a little glowy light. Like
It's vaguely greenlit, like he's in the shimmer of annihilation.
I'm in the
wait,
Matrix.
hold on.
I'm coming to you today from the internet.
Here's my question. In the 90s comedy, Steven, are you the one who works too much and too hard, or are you the like bohemian who is like, you just got to learn to let go? Which one are you in that relationship? When it's like, he spent all of his time at the office and she never set foot in one. And then the background's like, right? Like, what is your role in this story? What is
She's ignoring me, chat.
Yeah, of course she's ignoring you. She knows the truth. You're the guy who's like, you'll never find, it's me, Chaz Chazington. You'll never find anyone better than me. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you.
I'm the works too hard and cares too much about his job of slacking off and having fun.
Well, you got to like let your hair down. Oh my God, that's the title of the movie. Let your hair down. And then she's like, come on, see this new band, Blink 182 with me. And then the two of you go to a concert. The 90s, baby.
Lose the summer with your friends on Nickelodeon.
Just leave the script writing to Britt, Jesse.
I have notes.
I want a point of order. So far, we have no evidence that Britt has written a script, only a log line. So how dare you?
I haven't written a script
How
yet.
dare
I have
you?
4 quarters.
How dare you?
All you need is a good log line.
How dare you? I've produced games. I have written scripts. I know.
I voice acted in one of them.
How dare you? How dare you? I
know because I'm competing with one of them.
The next biggest famous writer ever, Bronze. I am the voice of the modern American.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I am the next biggest.
Yeah.
Jesse,
and when
aren't you like
the
the classic alienated
generation?
West Coast liberal? Aren't you like the quintessential like?
I am
isn't
the
your
voice
name on
of
the
the
pamphlets they
American
distribute
male.
at like the Greater Church of Latter Angels. Be careful. Demon worshippers like Jesse Cox will target your children.
Oh yeah. You don't want to watch out. I'm trouble.
Yeah.
But the voice.
Yo, you made it on an Illuminati conspiramid? Wow.
It's true.
That's making it. That's true success. Conspiramid. Yeah.
I would love to be part of a conspiracy
pyramid.
That sounds great.
I want to be a part of a conspiracy.
Right? I agree.
That's how you know you made
Let's
it.
make one.
When are people going to credit me with the downfall of
Yeah.
modern Christian values? Like, I deserve
D&D.
that.
You're starting at downfall of D&D.
I get that I'm not Jesse, but you
never will be. You'll never be all this.
Yeah, I'm banking on that.
You'll never be all this.
You'll never will be.
I'm banking on that. You know, God willing that this remains the case. But
you'll never be all this girl.
Are you singing different lyrics to that song? Are you doing that right now? Did I just pick up on that? Are you doing that? Are you doing that fucking, what's his name, Daniel Bedingfield song? I gotta get through this. Is that what you were fucking doing? Is that what you just did?
No.
It sounded like that song. It sounded like you were singing that song and changing the words.
I would, what? No. I would never.
All right, I had to look up "Gotta Get Through This," and I'm like, oh yeah, this is just every spin class classic.
I gotta make it through. Yeah, Sean and I were listening to like a bunch of Daniel Bedingfield songs the other day.
Yeah, like every hit playlist.
I don't know. Sean just started playing it, and then I was like, "Is that Daniel Bedingfield?" And he was like, "Yeah." And we were like, "Let's listen to more of his big songs."
Yeah.
So we did.
In a spin class.
Seminal lyricist. I mean, like a real like Jeff Mangum, you know, like real deep. I gotta get through this.
Yeah. Well, we were
Audibly
talking about how
stretched in.
some of those songs, like that one where it's like, "I would catch a grenade for ya," like how insane some of the song lyrics are, like the things people say that they'll do.
That's why I try to listen to lyricless music because my brain can't wrap around it. I remember like I was streaming and I was talking about how I don't even know who sings the song, but the song goes, "Look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. I'm dancing with a stranger." And I was like, no one made you do that. You're a grown adult making your own choices. That's some fucking gaslighting weirdo behavior. You chose to go to the club and dance with a complete fucking rando. And you're saying, you made me do that. No one made you do that. You did that because you had too many drinks and your heart broken, Becca. Sit down, calm down. No one made you do that. You did that to your own damn self. You know?
So logical.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's
I'm
like
like,
that
supposed to be
Nickelback
for
song about
overdramatic
like my girl's
whining.
in the next room.
yeah, it's like, leave the house.
Like, what are you doing?
Why are
Come
you
on.
there? Leave.
It's embarrassing.
This is creepy. Go away.
Some of them are pretty bad.
Yeah. It's like a shitty version of the, I barged in with the happiest people ever heard of. Like, that's like the Nickelback song is a shitty version of that, which I think is the better version of that song. Nickelback should have barged in and said, haven't you people ever heard of?
Oh, that would be a fun mashup. I chime in with a look at this photograph. Someone mash that. I don't know how to do mashups, but I think that
Mashups are like my
it would sound
favorite
good.
musical genre.
I think that would be a good
really are
mashup.
like top of the list. Like, this is incredible music.
I just want to bring this up for Bronze, because you are the foremost musical critic of our time. I'd like to ask your thoughts on the song by will.i.am and Usher, OMG. I want to know what you think about these lyrics. All right, all right.
Okay.
Baby, let me love you down. Actually, it's baby, let me love you now. All right, anyway. There's so many ways to love you. Baby, I can break you down. There's so many ways to love you. Got me like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. I found you finally. You make me want to say, oh, 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 oh my gosh, oh, 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 oh. Now, what do you think that means?
So, jokes aside, looking at this seriously.
Yes. Oh wait. Before we continue, I forgot to mention. Immediately afterwards, the lyrics are, "Honey got a booty like pow pow pow. Honey got some boobies like wow oh wow." Now, just if you could, what do you think?
Let's talk about this. Mm-hmm. When one considers that Usher was part of this song and then went on in his life to sit on an airplane, call T-Pain to him just to tell him that T-Pain was responsible for ruining music, is the most lack of self-awareness that this man released this song, put his name on this song, went and performed and promoted this song, and then had such a high opinion of himself that he called another artist to come to see him in first class just to let them know that they ruined music. Personally, I think Usher should be fed to a great white shark during Shark Week. That's my opinion of the lyrics. Personally,
understood. But personal feelings aside, as a contemporary auteur, when you see the lyrics, never ever has a lady hit me on first sight. There was something special. This was like dynamite. Now when you hear lyrics like that, what is it like? What do you subconsciously understand about the scenario of this song?
It just makes me angry because there's so many songs like that other artists put out with shit lyrics that get dragged unreasonably so, even though they have great flow. Like, let's take Meg Thee Stallion's Body, right? She says,
"Go on, I will."
Crazy, she says, "Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big titties, little waist." At least that has a great fucking flow. Yeah. It's great, you know.
You cannot say that without.
People sat here and acted like that was the downfall of lyricism. And this song has existed. Shorty got titties like wow, oh, wow. Shorty got a pussy like pow, pow, pow. That's fine. Even though that there's nothing.
It was a booty. It was a booty.
Bronze,
it was pow, pow, pow.
This is a family show.
It was a booty. The booty was pow, pow, pow.
I don't fucking know.
They're boobies, please.
Boobies,
yeah.
You're right.
Because
every grown man
flow.
says boobies.
Yeah, well, I mean, because that, I think, is that Will I? No, that's Usher.
Don't make that face and say it.
What? The boobies face?
Just do something.
Really upsetting.
Nope.
Really
I will not.
upsetting.
I'm trying to find better lyrics in this song, but they're really like, just.
Go to any early 2000s song. Like, they're all
Fell
like
in love with honey like oh
how
my.
bad is Nelly?
Honey looking wonderful, fly so fly. Honey
Nelly
like a
was good.
supermodel. My oh my. Baby, how you do that? Make a grown man cry. The worst part is I know that's some Will.i.am shit. Like, baby, I know that. Make a grown man cry. You know what? Add Will.i.am into the like. What are you doing?
Why is a grown man crying over this?
Are you? Whoa!
Over ass.
Internet star. That bronze girl thinks men shouldn't cry. Wow.
Over ass, no.
Wow. How
Over
dare
ass,
you
no.
tell men not to
Go
cry over ass?
outside and touch grass and find like fucking. Cry
Sometimes the ass be so beautiful, bronze. You gotta
that
cry.
You cried?
Yeah.
That's weird. You should never cry when looking at ass or titties.
How dare you say that?
Girl,
That's all I do.
You should never cry.
That's all I do. Whenever I see, what was the word? Booty or boobies. Whenever I see booty or boobies, I get so sad, so emotional.
You cry.
I cry. It's
you
beautiful.
Get sad.
It's
you don't
like my oh my, my oh my, I cry. Make a grown man cry.
This is like some strange Dr. Seuss parody happening right now.
A dude was crying at the strip club. I was.
That's why I can't go. I can't go to strip clubs. I cry too much.
It's full of men crying.
I would be alarmed.
Cry too much at the strip club.
Yeah, whenever I go to the strip
Could
club.
you imagine,
yeah.
like, me and the homies, the Sunfall crew is vibing at the strip club, and then one booth over, there is a grown man crying.
Yeah.
Look, there's no need to make fun of me when I'm in the booth
I can't imagine that, but
I just
guys, I can't go to Juicy Lucy's tonight. I can't. I cried there on Wednesday, and it was.
Juicy Lucy's is such a good name for a strip club that also serves Juicy Lucy hamburgers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Is there? I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can't go back to that one.
An absolutely true story. In college, one of my friends every weeknight would go to a strip club, and we'd be like, "Dude, stop! Like, you're just wasting money." He's like, "No, bro, I don't go for the strippers. I go for the food." And we were like, "No." He's like, "Dude, it's great." And I get it. It takes like 5 minutes to make, and I get, and I'm like, I can't tell if you're weird or like I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on
in Portland
here.
that was like that. They would go to the strip club in Portland all the time. I forget which one, the one with the steak bites, and then they would sit there and talk about how good those steak bites were. And I was like, they're steak bites. They're steak
What does
bites.
that
To be fair, a
mean?
strip club is the only
Is
place
that
you can
just
get
steak cut up into little
steak bites
cubes?
in Portland.
Yes, yes.
Because everything
It
else
is
is
the
vegan.
chicken
That's
nugget of steak,
It's
Britt.
just okay.
Yes, steak bites. And there's like, no, he kept.
That sounds like a
insisting,
strip club
no,
food.
they're
Where
so
else-
good.
I mean, where else are you gonna
Where
get
else
steak
can
bites?
a gentleman acquire bite-sized morsels
Where
of
else are you
steak?
gonna get steak bites?
And I'm like, you're over
Yes.
here looking at roast beef on display while eating steak bites. Like, I just don't think it's the best
Look,
thing to eat.
I
while
want to
looking at
loop
that.
back to Usher talking about how T-Pain ruined music.
Mhm.
Because really, when you think about it, all of us can call to mind all of the music that there was like a pre-T-Pain and post-T-Pain. There was like BTP and ATP, like
Mhm.
before T-Pain, after T-Pain for music. Like he created a musical sound that was widely emulated, never matched.
Mhm.
What has Usher done?
Well, hold on.
Confessions.
Usher's done a lot for like
Part 1 and
boning
2.
music. Yeah.
He like fucking discovered Justin Bieber. I mean, the dude has like a resume. He's not a good person.
The
but-
thing we should be talking about is the fact that everyone knows it and everyone just ignores it, that for most of the 2000s the vast majority of every single hit was written by the same two dudes. I don't know why that's not a bigger thing, that some two Swedish dudes wrote almost all the music for everyone, and almost every top 10 hit was straight up just like those dudes writing it.
Wasn't there one year where Pharrell like wrote like 40% of the top
Yes.
like radio
Yes.
songs? He like wrote and produced all of them.
What's even crazier is when you learn things like you're like, I wonder whatever happened to Alanis Morissette, and it's just like, oh, she wrote every song from like 2005 to 2007 that was in the top 10. Like, oh,
She's just
okay.
sitting there going like counting her money, going,
Yeah,
"This
like
is
I don't even
ironic."
need to sing for these. And I still, they still do. Yes, I'm telling you. If you look it up, I don't know those two guys' names, but they're like, if you're wondering why every song starts to sound the same, it's because two dudes are writing everything. And they're like, we figured out the music equation. Like, we get it. We get what people care about. And it's not lyrics, clearly.
We know how to recognize the lowest common denominator, and we
Wasn't
will
that
stick
also a
with it.
consequence of
The
like,
alternative
Clearwater
is-
media absorbing like every radio station in the entire
back in like 2014 they owned about 85%, like was like the last stat I remember. That was literally almost 10 years ago, so I can't imagine
it was
it's
like
gotten better.
one decision-making crew in like
Yeah.
Texas were making decisions for all of the music played across the entire United States.
Land of the free, baby.
Woo.
Home of the paid.
Oh, I think they're iHeart Media now,
Clearwater Radio is iHeartMedia.
formerly CC Media Holdings on iHeart.
Yeah, that's why they have the iHeartRadio app, and they keep pushing it every time. That's why I no longer
Clear
listen to
Channel.
radio. Yeah.
Purchased to FM, yeah, Clear Channel, former logo. Wow.
Yeah,
Again.
clear.
Everyone is owned by.
Oh no,
them.
bankrupt.
It's great.
Yeah. Jesus.
But can we talk about how the last 30 seconds of this damn Usher song, the lyrics literally are oh 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 oh, and it goes on. It just, I can't even stress how.
Didn't he
insane.
do a whole song called
All
"Yeah,"
right.
where he's just like, "Yeah"?
Yeah,
No, that's-
I get it. I get it's all about the
He's
beat, and
on
like
it.
you're having sex
That was,
anyway. You're not listening to Usher speak, but
Oh
you
no,
know,
that is his song.
yeah,
Yeah, he has a whole song called "Yeah."
yeah.
How many
And the little
T-Pain?
chorus is just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," right?
Admittedly, T-Pain's just like "Showday," which I love, by the way, love it. But you know, it's roughly the same. It's all roughly the same thing. Everyone has their
Well-
like, this song sucks, but I'm gonna put it out anyway. And that's fine.
That's
Whatever.
true.
To Usher's credit, which I hate giving it to him, he's the only one of those two artists that has a goat cover his songs immaculately. So that's
I don't
Excuse me?
know. I you know,
this is an oldie. This takes you back to
we've yet to have a goat try
Usher
to cover
goat.
T-Pain. That could be fun.
it's actually perfect. It gets better the more you watch it too. That's
Wow.
there you go.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Oh my God, I'm so in love. I finally found you. Oh, 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 oh my God. That's a song. That's a song a man wrote, and he got paid a ton of money for it, and I'm just blown away by it.
I'm not well versed in Usher's discography. However, one
got a
could
lot
make
of
the
songs.
argument here that Usher is not using the word "oh" as a lyric, but rather he is using the sung repeated exclamation "oh" more in line with what you might generally associate with a percussion track. And as such, Usher is reimagining the human voice as a rhythm instrument. And given the historical genres from which his music derives, I think using unusual instruments as percussion perhaps places him squarely within the lineage that he is imagining himself and generally portraying himself to be a part of. I think it is worthy of respect to admire the way this man can make compelling hook out of novel instrumentation. And I mean that genuinely. This has been Professor Steven talking about music, which is actually my...
Now, Steven, when Will.i.am says, boom, 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 is that the same thing?
Well, that's... Is it not, in fact... boom boom pow.
Well, not at first, because he's like boom boom boom, boom boom boom.
When you consider
boom,
the music
boom,
theory,
he's gonna keep doing it until you
boom,
answer his
boom,
question.
Now,
why
of
do I
course,
know that name?
What artist
Will.i.am of
Will.i.am.
Oh,
Black
the Black
Eyed
Eyed
Peas.
Peas. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, what? I got it.
Will.i.am and the Black Eyed Peas are clearly introducing the leitmotif that their work will later return to and iterate upon in order to first establish the listener's familiarity.
Gotta get that.
He's basically Wagner.
He's basically Wagner.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You could sell me on this, and I would buy in completely. If you just kept being like,
every beat of painting.
Like, you're not wrong.
I'm sort of being silly here, but actually, like, I think that it's really easy and really common to like bag on pop music people and producers and musicians in general. And I think like it's easy dunks, but then when you really actually dig into like, what is this person doing with this choice? I think you can examine pop music with all of the rigor that you examine the music and the lineage of classical music. And come to some really interesting discoveries and conclusions about like what these people are listening to and what they're responding to, what their work is in dialogue with. To a certain extent, I think that like pop media and the hyper production, the capitalist production of art that is created to generate profit makes it harder because its first objective is to be palatable and profit generating. But at the end of the day, there are still ridiculously talented musicians and lyricists who are contributing to this, and these people's fingerprints are not completely filed off of the end product. You can actually look at the string of pop music through the eras and draw clear lineages back through all of the references that these people are in dialogue with. And I think it's really interesting.
So would you say music would be better if we had like super rich singular patrons rather than like a company making corporate music, or no? Or both bad?
Clearly, when you look at the best music in history, the answer is yes.
I
think a lot.
That's
where a lot of the
you like your harpsichords
of pop
your
music
Baroque
comes from, right? Is like, I think the reason so many of us tend to tear it apart is because we know that a bunch of bogat kind of decide what gets playtime, right? A bunch of old guys at a table. And they discover a formula that works for them and then just, recycle that again and again and again and again. And the things that are different or interesting just don't succeed. And to us, it's confusing, right?
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably get together to play a game that's like 50 years old that rolls the same damn dice with the same fucking shit.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Man,
You're right.
yeah, you know, I mean,
But
I
you know,
think
it's interesting.
Even,
to
but
look
it's
at the
more
fact that
fun to
there's
just make fun of
nothing
them.
tying us to D&D, right? Like in that same vein, it's very interesting to think about. Like with our audience and with how our show runs, we could realistically be playing anything,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just
I mean,
it's interesting to think about, like people's reticence to jump into something that isn't D&D is just that, reticence. Like, oh, this is the unfamiliar. But once if we were to launch and not play D&D, our launch may have been a bit more lukewarm. It might not have been as big. But now that we have an established base of people that watch for the banter, for the Sunfall podcast, for our dynamic as a bunch of friends playing a game, we could reasonably switch over to West Marches or honestly anything, and they would
You just
probably
roll 2d6,
watch.
2d6 plus stat.
They would probably watch. It's interesting to think about. There's nothing tying us to D&D anymore because D&D has failed at that. They failed to give us a reason to keep playing this. What does D&D give us that no other game does? Nothing.
Now, in all fairness, I mean, I think that Dungeons and Dragons as a system deserves a fair measure of criticism. I think there are things that it does well. I think there are things that it does poorly. I will say that the Sunfall Cycle as a game, not as a show, but speaking purely about the game part, has like intentionally thrown out a bunch of stuff that D&D relies on. Like we don't have experience points and we haven't leveled up in like 30 sessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, all nonsense stuff like this. Yeah. You know.
Progression is overrated.
What's that?
Our progression is so much more meaningful, though. Like, our progression is real progression. It's not killing a bunch of level 1 goblins until we grind XP. It's like, no, we can kill the same things over and over, but we only progress when we find the real challenge and get a tier, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's like, and also, you know, I've been thinking a lot about like the way that systems motivate behavior and like what I've been trying to do with the Sunfall Cycle. And like the idea was always like, you know, like making your way to a major breakpoint and advancing forwards in the story and in the space was always like the thing that I wanted to be rewarding, and that's what the tiers do. And even now that like we're starting to run quite low on tiers, but there is still a way to like eke out a little bit more forwards advancement, and that's like the taking down of these very specific enemies that like I can't believe how well the history the like flashback into history played out for the show. That was something that I could never have anticipated from when we started. And like how the stuff that we saw in the past informed the decisions that we're making now and like seeded these villains for us to be conquering. Like it just super worked. I'm super happy. And like y'all were a part of making that a success. So cheers to all of you. The point that I want to make about pop music is like, I think it's always, I think there's a trap that, popular culture falls into with the criticisms it levels at pop music, in that most of the criticism tends to get leveled at Black people and women.
True.
And I think it's worth our effort to try to interrogate like why do we criticize Megan Thee Stallion more heavily than many other women artists? Why do we criticize Black men more heavily than we criticize many white artists? And especially like why do we feel like this kind of music you know is less original or more disappointing? And I think that like on the one hand it's fun to meme about it and make fun, but on the other hand, once you start treating it seriously and really dig into like what's actually going on, I think you can actually uncover way more interesting things there.
Well, I mean,
it's really fun.
Steven, subjectively, the lyrics are just worse. I mean, here's an Aerosmith song. Here's an Aerosmith song that I found that
overrated.
Yes, hit us.
Oh God.
I think, frankly, I think that you know this is a far superior lyric, and that's why rock has better lyrics. Pink as the Bing on your cherry. Pink cause you are so very pink. It's the color of passion. 'Cause today it just goes with the fashion. That's so much better. So I don't understand. It's like it really speaks to me. Really, like I get what it's saying, you know? Like I get what they're trying to say. You know? You know?
Try to come in here and tell us that Aerosmith is good.
No, I would actually never do that. I would never.
You fucking Steven Tyler stan? You just stand in Steven Tyler all day?
No,
you know
that's right. No,
don't tears down poster.
I feel like we're all on the same page.
No.
I was talking about this last night on my stream where I was saying that, like, okay, simps exist 100%. But what pisses me off is dudes have them too.
Yes. I saw you tweeting about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
simps.
Joe Rogan.
Ninja has simps. Like, you know,
Joe Rogan.
Hassan has
Like-
simps. Joe Rogan has simps. If you were to just replace Joe with Jill and hear the way people tweet about him, those people are fucking simping. And because to me, simping is like where logic goes out the window because that's senpai and they can do no wrong. And the thing is do female creators on Twitch have simps? Yes. There are people that if I murdered somebody, they would probably still be like, okay, but they probably deserved it. Like, that's our bronze girl, you know?
Bronze, you don't have to call us out. Damn.
Right? Like, but there are people that would be like, I need to hear both sides of the story. And I gave the analogy, I was like, if it came out, like, Bronze runs over old woman in crosswalk with her Jeep, there would be people that'd be like, well, we need to hear the whole story. And I actually have it on good authority that old woman was, you know, called Bronze a slur like 2 minutes before walking into that.
I'd be the first person to be like, Bronze ran that woman over for sure.
You know? No, you wouldn't.
Oh, for sure. I'd be like, oh no, she ran that woman. That woman probably looked at her wrong, and Bronze was like, today's not the day, Grandma. Ran her down.
Because you would know, you would be run over second. You're not that stupid.
Well, no, I want you put in jail first, so you couldn't run me over second. I'm not dumb. You're right. I'd be like, lock her
ass
up.
out in a heartbeat. Yeah. You're done, dude. You're in trouble. Because I'm a fucking simp. I'm just like, you hit her, you must have had a good reason. Let's get out of here.
No way.
Here's bail. Let's go. Let's go.
Brett's gonna show up with a new Jeep, and we're gonna hop in and then go
new
and run
Jeep?
you over.
Oh,
yeah, run you over for snitching.
You know what?
Why'd you snitch?
Bring your Jeep. Bring your Jeep all the way down here. Let's do this.
You don't want
to run you over too.
This.
We're already on our way.
You don't even know.
Steven and Eric are going to be in the back. Eric doesn't like snitches, and it's going to be like that scene from Zoolander, like "Wake me up before you go."
Yeah.
And the spare tire cover on the back just says like "fuck snitches."
You painted on your spare tire?
No, you know that cover on the back where people are like, "Life is good," or they're like, "Gone fishing." Ours says "fuck them."
The rear tire is spray painted like a tan brown, and there's like an icon of a steak knife like slash cross.
No. My Jeep is all Steven Tyler. You'll know my Jeep because it's all pictures of Steven Tyler. Yeah.
You're not gonna make it
front, the grill is just like a big
run you over in the parking lot.
Who I'm a big fan of, huge fan of Aerosmith.
Get a 3 Steven Tyler howling at the moon shirt.
Wasn't there one of his lines that was like
got you your next Christmas gift, buddy.
I'm
working on it
forever for all the rest of time. Yeah. Pretty sure that was an Aerosmith line.
Oh yes, no. If you were thinking I was saying Aerosmith writes good lyrics, you are mistaken. That is.
I thought that we all agreed that this was good lyrics.
What else would they play at the Hard Rock Cafe, though? Yeah. Let's think about this.
Oh my God!
The point I was trying to make is that there's not a lot of great
still exist,
songs.
or has the pandemic devoured it?
No, nothing kills the Hard Rock Cafe, dude. That thing is like a fucking cockroach, I think.
I don't know.
Like the Hard Rock Cafe doesn't actually exist. I feel like it's a collective
know.
hallucination of our modern environment.
No,
it's like
it's very real, Steven.
I've been reading a lot of shows at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yo, that glittering Stratocaster is still going to be spinning around after the nukes are down.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Anywhere, man.
Hard Rock Hotel's 50th anniversary offer, dude. They're going
Hard Rock is forever.
Long.
Yeah.
All I mean to say is that wherever there is American culture, Hard Rock Cafe will metastasize, just kind of like a spore, just like fruiting
What is this
from
40K? Like,
Yeah, from the bedrock,
like any time in America, like three Americans coalesce,
If the Imperium of Man,
creates chaos, and that chaos manifests in the form of a Hard Rock Cafe.
yes, if the Imperium of Man were to drop Americans on a foreign planet, and I can say this because I'm an American, they just like splat on the surface, and then after 10 years, there would be like a whole network of Hard Rock cafes that are like growing up out of the cracks of this planet.
Yeah.
Their spores just get infested everywhere.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you get a Planet Hollywood instead.
Yeah.
Dude.
After enough of like intergenerational sort of like strife and natural selection, I think they split branches up into like the true branch of the Hard Rock Cafe, or the Chili's branch, or the Applebee's branch, or maybe the TGI Fridays branch.
Oh,
That's true. When you're there, you're family.
Yeah.
Stop being cute. You're distracting.
aw, kitty.
Don't be cute.
Look
Your
at this
cat-
baby.
Baby cat's gotten so big.
I know. I don't like it. I want him to be small forever. He's so
Where's
big. He's a
Kintsugi?
little man.
Oh, she's all curled up in a ball on the back of the sofa. It's very
Good
good.
cat.
Yo, I never.
We can get-
No one ever told me that the number one benefit of a cat is when they bat at you with their soft jelly bean toes. I'm pretty sure if they could figure out a way to bottle that, that would cure my anxiety. Like, there are days where I'm like, I want to die, and then he just bats at my face. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I like when they
There's
use their paw and they just
serotonin?
very gently claw you to pull you in so they can give you like little
Yeah.
kisses.
uh,
Sheriff does that to me every morning.
When they
I put my head down and she pulls it in, and then she licks right here on the hairline. I don't know why, but it's a way we bond. And then we push our foreheads together for a few minutes.
and then your anxiety's cured.
And then that's it. That's our morning.
yeah, it's like, because when
Gotta have your thing.
Cher boops your head, it's pushing the anxiety out.
Yeah.
Science. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the boop pushes it out.
Dude, I get really stressed out. I just go in and I shove my face onto Sheriff. I'm just like, come here.
I've just been
I need to
informed.
be safe.
I've received some important and devastating news. Jess, in our group chat with her friend, has just written, quote, I am drinking wine and also Steven's Manhattan when he isn't looking. Not a good combo. Don't recommend. Chat, I've been betrayed.
I mean, you're in the group chat, right?
I am in the group chat.
Is it really a big
not really
betrayal?
betrayal.
Your Manhattan does
Have
look a
I
little
drunk all
lower.
this? No.
I was gonna say your Manhattan level does look a little low.
Not really
This
a
is
betrayal. though.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Steven, she's
that's
being
like
helpful.
more
You
like
should appreciate
Just
it.
Greenpoint, not
Yeah,
Manhattan
she's
anymore.
keeping you from drinking too much. She's looking out
Yeah.
for you.
I can't run Dungeons and Dragons on this.
Well, that's a coping mechanism.
That sounds like a you
Yeah.
problem, Steven.
Yeah.
Wait. Hang on. Hey, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, welcome to the Sunfall Cycle. What are we doing?
I feel like we should do drunk history just with like blasted DMs DMing for each other.
Oh my god, we could
Could you
get
imagine?
Neil on that easily.
Yeah, I feel like that could be a thing, and we could all take turns and just like be utterly blasted DMing for each other.
I'm down.
Yeah, drinking and dragons.
I
I might instead of getting very drunk, I might get incredibly high if that's
Very
okay.
high.
Yeah, that works.
Let me tell you the exact story I would tell you, and I know that it would be great drunk. I'm just gonna really quickly just say, Ben Franklin. That's right, founding father Ben Franklin once wrote a man wrote to him like, "Hey, I'm trying to find out like, I haven't gotten married yet, and I'm trying to find the right woman for me, and I just don't know what to do." And Ben Franklin wrote back. I swear to God, this is totally true. You can look it up. He wrote back like, "Bro, MILFs. I'm telling you right now, old ladies, fuck. And those young girls are idiots. They don't even know how sex works. You got to go like 40 plus, bro. I'm telling you. I'm not even joking." And he lists like 8 things to look for in women, and all of them are like, is she a sassy ass bitch? That's the one for you. It is crazy. And Ben Franklin's like, let me tell you, old ladies know what's up. And I'm like, that's a founding father right there. It's hilarious.
That dude.
He's-
That dude's twice as old as like every other founding father, and he probably got more action than like all of them combined.
That man spent
Absolutely.
a lot of time in brothels. Ben Franklin was like, I like the French whores.
I feel like if Jesse was a founding father, he'd be Ben Franklin.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I appreciate-
absolutely.
yeah.
Which founding father would I be?
You? Oh, you know who you'd be? You'd be John Adams. For sure.
No.
For
I don't
sure.
know, like, who are all the
That's not a good
founding
one,
No,
fathers?
take
that
that
Oh, I'm
back.
aware.
fucking guys
Not
are?
a good one.
That's a bad one. You don't want to be John Adams.
I don't
But
know.
here's the thing.
Yo,
Kind of
everyone-
fits, but I hate it.
No, but here's the thing. John Adams was both opinionated and he stood up for shit, even if like John Adams defended those British soldiers, even though he didn't have to, because no one else would. And he was like,
Yeah, Crispus Attucks in the
He's like,
Boston
fuck.
Massacre.
yeah, he's like, fine, I'll fucking do it. He's like, even though I disagree with them, I'll do it because it's the right thing to do in our society. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's like a very broad.
Plus,
like,
you,
No, that's actually-
you just want to be played by Paul Giamatti.
Wait, hold up. You saying that actually shows. Jesse, do you like me? Do you have respect for me
Uh-oh.
and my sense of righteousness?
respect is a loaded word.
I swear to God, like, we're gonna be at Bronze's funeral, and Jesse's just gonna be like, I had thoughts. You're never gonna fucking concede that he's actually just completely loves and respects you and thinks you're an incredible human being.
I can never.
He just
I will go to my
refuses
grave.
do it.
I will go to my grave.
Refuses to do it.
To all the people in on my deathbed, to all the people in my life, Britt and Eric and Steven, and that's it really.
Oh my
I can die now.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone.
No, I couldn't be. I couldn't be forgetting anyone.
One of the early letters in the alphabet. Yes, it's coming to me now. Yes, I'm remembering someone I spent a lot of time with on shows.
And
talking
the
with.
entire time he's saying this,
banter.
I'm just unplugging his life support.
It was Crendor. That's who I'm forgetting. Crendor, yes.
Bronze, you unplug life support, and I look over at you like, "Thank you, nurse." Thank you, nurse. I've never seen before ever. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. I don't know why I'm
I thought
waving
you
at
were
them.
gonna play
Goodbye,
the game.
friends. Goodbye. Like I'm sailing away into the
I'd
west.
fucking unplug your life support
Yeah.
and be feeding you with your own bedpan.
Why are you doing
Thoroughly
this?
old
I don't
Punjabi
know
man.
you. Why are you attacking me? Who are you?
I'd be like fucking
What do
I
you
feel
say?
like
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know who
have
you
that
are.
energy.
Stop it.
like, the
Yeah,
Punjabi grandparent energy.
Yeah, no, I would go to the grave being like, I don't know who that is. I've never seen that person before in my life.
Speaking of going places, Steven,
Yeah, we're gonna play Dungeons and
where
Dragons
are we
a lot.
going?
Well, it's about time for our 5-minute break. So,
30 minutes away.
listen. All right. Last time, y'all cleared up the issue of the missing oil for the town of Fulcrum here in the Clockwork realm of Tix. Got a lot of scribbling going on the screen. It's great. And
Oh, I see.
back to the Fulcrum by like sledding your way down the trough filled with oil, and you made it back to where all the children were frolicking in the oil, and Spring Coil, the elderly man who's sort of the founding father figure of the town, was very grateful to you and gave you some information. He gave you the specific information that the Queen Tanith of Ur purchased the Veil of Shade from House Vixatrix, and it was the creation and like transmission of the Veil of Shade that destroyed House Kalaka, which is the ruined house that's sort of like down in the depths of the Clockwork realm. And sort of if you look down in its direction, you can actually see like the vague haze of the iron wind that's eroding the struts way down there. And Aya, grew very righteous and angry and demanded to know why Springcoil wouldn't just take up arms and overthrow his oppressors. And is that approximately where we ended? Does anybody remember anything else?
Well, we purposefully made it so the people on the other side can't get access to the oil again.
Yes.
And
messed them up.
Did we take the orbs with us, or did we leave them in? Or whatever they're called, the Praxis of Powers.
Yeah. I think you needed to leave them in order to leave the
right.
You needed to leave the device running, and you also needed to leave one of the bridges down to connect
to get
the
back.
flow of
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's a pipe. It's not just a bridge; it's a pipe, and that's why we needed to leave.
Where we really left off is someone pushed my ass down a waterfall of oil.
Yes.
And now you're all having a conversation. I'm covered. I got robes upon robes covered in oil now. Thanks.
Yes, he's sitting in the corner just dripping.
Oh no, my
with
robes!
black goo. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, only new prestidigitation.
Yeah. So I think that Springcoil looks a little tired at the end of this conversation back and forth about he's sort of asserted that his role in the world is like providing a safe place for these people and like building community and like securing like safety away from the eyes of the overlords of this world. But you can sort of see the cogs turning, not just literally because there's like gaps in the side of his head, but also figuratively. You can see him thinking about what you're saying, Aya. And he says, "It's grown late. I think it's probably a good time for us all to turn in. Soon the great golden sun will turn off for the cycle, and we will all benefit from a long rest. But I can see that you care deeply about empowering the people of Fulcrum to take their destiny into their own hands. Let me sleep on this thought, but I do think I have an idea that might move us in the direction of your encouraging. Will you break fast with me tomorrow, and so that we might discuss these options?"
Yes. And to be clear, having had this conversation with you and hearing your side of it, I just don't think long term it'll work, because as soon as we leave, they'll just undo everything we've done. And you can't rely. The only people you can rely on is your own people. And we're not your people.
He nods. He turns to the giant dragon that's also in the room with you. He says, "And what do you think, noble Velzirathoth?"
Oh, right. Velzirathoth showed up. I didn't expect that.
It was Chat who also reminded me. Yeah, you summoned Velzirathoth from the other dimension to
this offer them a
one.
pact, because my low wisdom ass is like, well, clearly if you don't have power, you get power from a dragon.
Yeah.
Just sign this roll away to him. It's probably fine.
So,
Let's subcontract this.
let's for a moment, like, what were you trying to do in summoning Velzirathoth?
Well, he said we don't have the power to do all of this. And I, in my very low wisdom state, was like, oh, well, clearly you just need to have a patron. And I know one. And I used my bone phone to contact other plane. And got him on the old line there.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Get Velzirathoth on the horn.
Basically.
Sorry.
For some reason, calling it the horn makes it so much better.
It's just it's like how Sorry.
You realize that has to, like, I'm gonna steal that. Instead of having like a bone phone and be like, I'm gonna get him on the horn and have a horn. Holy shit, that's happening. I'm gonna make a note for future D&D characters. I'm gonna just get him on the horn and then have a horn. I think that's very clever. Stealing it.
You have to have the
Stolen.
prop though
Do it.
to sell it.
Oh yeah, I'll go buy a
Bilzirath
horn.
appears and
Get
he
a drinking
says,
horn.
Yeah.
"Ah, this joint's falling apart." Yeah, there's the whole like, what is thy bidding, my master? And you're saying like,
It's a
can you offer these
disaster.
people a portion of your power?
Yeah, I tell him, I say, you know, we'll talk about the details of this merger over breakfast, but I think you might be uniquely poised to be able to help these people out of a predicament and in return gain a foothold in a plane that you haven't previously had one.
Yeah. Fulcrum Springcoil nods and he frowns. You know, the small gears that make up his eyebrows sort of lower over his eyes, which dim and sort of flicker. And he says, "Your words do bear the ring of truth when I listen to them. It is true that in the absence of pressure against the powers that exert themselves on this realm will likely inflict their turmoil upon us once again. Let us discuss in the morning. Perhaps you and your companion," and he gestures to the great green worm, "can have a conversation about this and show us the path to a brighter future." He says, "I have a selection of fine accommodations for you for merely 50 gil a night." He leads you outside and then down around and then into another little alcove where there's like
whoa, 50 gil a night? Time out. 50. Why would we spend that?
If you want this small health potion, it's 200 gil.
Yes, but we return the oil to you. I'm covered
Thank
in
you.
it.
For your returning of the oil, I will give you a 5% discount.
You know, we can just throw my robes on these people, set them afire, and just leave. I'm just pointing it out. Burn
he
this
leads
place
you
to
down
the
and
ground.
around and like sort of down behind his house, there's like a set of gears that are sort of offset that make sort of a spiral staircase down underneath the platform that the fulcrum itself proper rests on. And actually, like the denizens of Fulcrum have created a brand new like sleeping chamber space down here. There's like a room that's sort of divided in four by curtains and draperies and like bead curtains. There's like fairy lights all across the ceiling, so the entire place glows with like the warm glow of like dim yellow incandescent bulbs, you know, strung up from everything. And there's like you know, I imagine each of these four spaces as being decorated in a way that these people imagine each of you might like. So, you know, on one of them there's like some huge like coiled tentacly black plant that's like clearly grown up out of oil and like is almost the like crystalline extrusion of metal and oil, and this looks like maybe Aya's place. And then there's like a spot where there's just like a header that's like a heraldic shield, and they lead Kairos over into this direction. There's a spot where there's like three tiny little like they look, wait a minute, what are axe hounds from? The Stormlight Archive. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, yeah, there are three axe hounds, except that instead of being like beetle creatures like in the Stormlight Archive, these look like clockwork piston driven dogs, except that their face is literally an axe head. And they're all like bounding around on the bed and then like looking over in Kara's direction, and then they sit down and they like nuzzle over towards her and like bonk her with the flat of their head. And then finally there is both a huge luxurious hot steaming bathtub filled with pink bubbles, and also like the finest satin bed sheets, like black bed sheets that you've ever seen, plus like a mosquito net that's like strung with embroidery. and they lead Sarek over in this direction.
Yeah. How big is this? Like, what is the spacing of this room? How big is this?
It's very large. It's large enough that like you'd have some privacy if you wanted it, but also you could like get into the central space and like.
Do we have our own rooms, or is this?
Yeah, it's like one large central space, but then like curtains and sheets and stuff have been hung up to divide it.
And where is the bath?
The bath is in your room.
Great. Sarek strips his ass down and gets in that bath and starts scrubbing as hard as he can with what doesn't even check. Just is in the soapy water, just like, F it. If I die, if this is like battery acid, I don't even care. I'm so gross. Yeah. Just jumps in and is like, oh,
they have a Brillo
God.
Pad loofah.
Yeah,
so good luck, buddy.
There literally are like little like Brillo Pad pufferfish in the water.
Oh my God, it hurts so good.
That are just like suctioning the oil off of your skin. It's like one of those it's like one of those foot bath things that you can do where they've got like snails that are like eating the dead skin off your feet or like minnows in the water that are like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Real?
I want to do that. That's awesome. That sounds cool.
Sark is just like, oh yeah. And like,
what am I gonna spend that money on? Video games? Fuck that. I want my snails to eat my dead skin.
There's a valve on the side of the bath that's clearly like hooked into the steam works of the actual like construction of the plane that you're on. And if you turn the valve, like the bath gets hotter, and if you shut it down, the bath cools off, whatever.
You killed Jesse.
I'm already so ticklish. I can barely get a pedicure. I feel like I would just end up kicking a lot of fish.
Yeah, I wouldn't. There's no way I would do that. No.
Like, I'd be like, I feel like I would just beat the shit accidentally out of a lot of fish.
I would just like fucking kick the bucket like across the room and ruin everything.
Right?
I just wouldn't.
Yeah, the second it like wriggled and was like,
I'd be like, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for this?
Things are eating me.
Nature, man. Takes care of itself, bro. Yeah. Nature, man. It's all natural.
So, as you and Marshmallow, and there's actually like on this coiling tentacle, like black tentacle plant, there's actually like a little platform.
Nature.
Where the coils sort of like spiral inwards and just create a flat space, and Marshmallow just immediately flies over and settles down. It like sort of like bends and buoys under his weight like this. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, look at this kitten. Yeah.
All comfortable on his tentacle bed. Someone needs to make me a tentacle cat tree with a bed on the top, just so I can have my little buddy. I think he was. Do cats have nightmares?
They definitely dream, and they like make little vocalizations and like make little twitches and like kick their legs in their dream.
Okay. Yeah, he was like meowing in his sleep just now, and I was like, "Are you okay?
Are you okay, buddy?" Yeah.
It's my hand.
It's so cute. Having a kitty is so good.
I love him. I don't know what I did before I had a cat. So good. I've always been a dog person, and now I'm like, no, dogs are shit. It's all about cats.
Dogs rule. Cats rule.
Just kidding. Dogs aren't shit.
I mean,
dogs.
Send your angry hate care of.
Cat.
I just love saying things like that. I don't know why. It's like a demon possesses me.
No, it's a fun thing to say because it's really like off-putting for people, or like it upsets people so much, but it like literally is meaningless.
I know. That's why it's so
That's why it's fun, because it's not harmful to anyone at all. You're just like, I don't like dogs.
The dogs will hear you.
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Dogs will hear that you don't like them.
Person.
I can't have this conversation with people anymore because I have a dog and I have cats. I just like them all.
Animals are great, man.
Animals are good animals.
Animals are great. I love animals. Even my dad's never been a cat person. A lot of like, we're Indian. We don't really do cats over there. Like you have mousers on your farm. I'm like, that's about it. A lot of times we even think they're bad luck. But even my dad, like when he saw Gomez, he was like, I was like, don't you dislike cats? He was like, yeah, but he's cutie pie. And I was like, yeah. My
That's
dad
really
called
nice.
something a cutie pie. Like that means that's a different echelon of cute.
Your dad is so cute.
Next level.
Every story you tell about your dad, it's just like the cutest little thing I've ever heard. So sweet.
Yeah, he likes scotch, and now apparently he likes cats. It's funny.
I'm gonna let you know. I swear to God, I thought you were about to say he likes ska, and now he likes cat. I thought your dad was gonna be like, I love to skank.
Oh,
He's
your
like-
dad's skanking? Yeah, exactly. In the boots. In the boots.
Oh my God, I would love that. That would be a great, like, yeah, he's just really into
Yeah.
ska. But not new ska, like, you know, like late 90s ska.
Only second wave ska.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Speaking of animals that we like and animals that we don't,
Yes.
a huge green dragon head noses its way into your room, Aya,
And
says, "My master,
oh, we don't need to use words like that. It makes it weird.
my queen,
No, still weird.
my patron,
Slightly better.
my
Supervisor.
My buddy.
Friend. I like that. Let's do
my
that.
buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is thy bidding, my buddy?"
Well, first of all, how's it going? How's the free life treating you? How are you adjusting? I realize I kind of just released you on the world with no structures in place to support your transition into normal society.
Never fear. I am a godlike being who has existed as a dragon for millennia. I have been spreading the good word of Aya through all of the realms
Oh, how have you been doing that?
by eating people.
Oh!
Oh, well, innovative.
Hey,
Only
Dragon.
if they do not listen.
Dragon, hi. Yes, Sarek from the bathtub.
There's
Question-
the long neck emerges from Aya's room and then snakes over towards the bathtub.
Yeah, Sarek still
Yes.
has, like,
My buddy's servant.
a towel over it, or, like, you know, a washcloth over his face, and he's still, like, half paying attention. He's like, you said realms? What do you mean by that, exactly? When you burst through the bubble, what was on the other side?
The kingdoms of Ire, Ur, and beyond.
Sure, but, like, what's going on out there?
Time is very strange. When I emerged from the bubble, I emerged into a multitude of times. In all of these eras, I spread the good word of Aya.
But, like, in what eras?
I mean, he gives you like a quick rundown of like a couple of historical eras. Some
But,
of
like,
which are like
specifically,
legitimately,
Steven. You know?
some of which are legitimately like 5,000 years ago, and some of which are like 2 months before the dome appeared.
Right, but currently what's going on? Because when I went out there, I vaporized. It was unfortunate, and I'd rather not do that again, so... You know, what's happening out there? What are you seeing?
If you were a god, you too could leave.
Right, but I'm not. I'm a man in a bathtub. So, I'm relying on you, oh great one.
At last, the appropriate level of respect. Yeah, he simply says, out there the world proceeds as it always has. I make certain that individuals are aware of Aya's greatness, her magnanimousness, her power, potency, and decision-making acumen.
Right, but in what, how exactly?
I speak to them,
And who do you speak to?
various and sundry people.
And who other, and like, just an example, like one or two examples.
Jebediah on the farm, and Mary.
And where is Mary from, oh great and powerful one?
The mountain.
Oh, so
They
Mary
call
from the
her
mountain and
Mountain
Jebediah
Mary.
from the farm. You're doing great, Aya. Keep it up. I'll be over here.
He
So have
says,
you
"I'm-
laid waste to the kingdom of Or yet?
The kingdom of Ur is still trapped in a bubble. I cannot.
Oh wait,
lay
the
waste
other
to it.
one, the one with the princess.
Oh, the princess. Yes. Well, it's really no problem. I took her and I wove her into a spell. I got her out of the picture.
Amazing. So you've taken care of Ormon, the town with the princess. Thank God you didn't go to my town, or else that would be awkward.
I took the princess and I wove a powerful spell that inserted her deep in the earth. She will not be seen for many hundreds more years.
Son of a bitch! Sark like sits up in the tub and is like, "This was
Me
you!"
too. You see me like run out into Sark's bathtub room, and I'm like, "What the fuck, Velzy?
This was you!
You gotta undo
Holding
that shit.
Stoic.
We've been trying to undo it for like
No, we
I don't
already
even know
undid
how
it.
many cycles.
If he undoes it, then our undoing it won't happen.
What?
I'm sorry. It's
We
all
never
right.
undid it. We
It's already
failed.
been done.
No, we did
We
it.
did.
We
You got
saved-
her
we
back
went
to
back
human
and saved
form.
her. Yeah.
And then isn't she crazy now? Like,
No,
she
you
thinks
broke
she
the.
killed
You
Bond?
broke.
We
the-
broke
you
the
did a
spell.
whole. There was
She's
like a
just
whole
hanging out with
arc
the witch
about this.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We So what you're saying is, let me just get this straight. Aya's responsible for that poor girl's trouble.
Okay, no, I'm not because he did that before.
Mm,
He did that before he was under my supervision.
I don't know.
He did. I mean, yeah, sure. Time is all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Maybe my releasing him made him put her in the earth 5,000 years in the
That's
past.
exactly
and
what
have
happened.
it present.
That's exactly
I mean,
what occurred.
we don't know that for
is
sure.
what is being
No,
implied
that is
here in the
exactly
story.
what occurred.
But I as Aya just don't, I mean, we don't have that proof. Who can say truly?
No, we definitely have that proof.
Listen,
Ma-
Sarek, I don't like bondage. If we're gonna, I gave you the option. I said we can either kill him or we can let him go. But having him staked to the earth for millennia was just not my idea of humane. You know, I don't think anybody deserves that.
Right. Well, by freeing one, you put another in 5,000-year bondage. So
And I fixed that too. So
it
There
took
is a
5,000
reason why
years.
Aya is my buddy.
yeah,
Arek is only
Yeah,
my
fist
buddy's
bump.
servant.
yeah, fuck you.
Right. Yeah. All right. I'll
My
be in the
buddy's
tub.
servant.
Yeah,
I'll be in the tub. Have fun. Plotting
bye, servant.
more bondage. Bye.
Velzirathoth withdraws from the bathtub, and then pokes his snoot back in through the curtain and just like blows a gentle little flame to warm the bath back up, and then withdraws. And then goes back over to Aya's room and says, "My buddy,
Hey,
I
buddy.
have information to offer to you regarding this realm."
Oh, yeah, lay it on me. This place is confusing.
Indeed, I can see why the strange arcane metrics of this world do not align with our organic mind works. And that is why I cannot offer my power to the individuals here. The kind of power I have to offer is fundamentally alien to this place.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I've been
However-
having trouble here too, you know? I feel like what I do is I channel entropy, but everything here is like, you know, very mathematical and precise. And I like to work with odds, you know? Like I like to play billiards, but I still am working with odds, you know? Every time I hit a cue ball, there's a chance it's going to go one way or the other. You know, we're dealing with like a certain level of probability there. But here, it's very binary. It's a yes or a no. It's a 1 or a 0. I can't say I like it from a magical perspective. But, Val, do you know how this relates back to the time cycle we're stuck in?
So Velzirathoth pauses for a moment. He says, "Let's put a pin in that and return to it in a moment."
Okay.
Looping back.
So, is Velzirathoth voiced by Hugo Weaving? I was getting.
I feel like he's
I think that's
facially
as good a
capped.
fan cast as any.
I
Okay.
feel like he's also facially capped by Hugo Weaving too, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Naturally.
He says, I believe there is another source of arcane power that you could convince to offer their energy in service of the town of Fulcrum.
Who?
There is an entity that lives approximately 700 meters deep of here within an old abandoned house. It might be possible to broker an agreement between this entity and the people of this realm. But I must warn you, this is an ancient clockwork intelligence, and it is dangerous.
Okay, but like, I gotta see just out of curiosity now.
He nods and he says, I understand. What is it that we put a pin in?
Oh, is there any relation between the way time and magic and mechanism works here and the time loop we're stuck in?
Let's see. I think he sort of blinks for a second and then he says, my buddy, this is a fundamentally different plane of existence.
Buddy of my buddy.
I hate he calls you buddy.
It is not connected
My buddy.
to the sun, which is dying in your home realm of the prime material.
We have evidence that the queen came here.
Yes, the Queen of Ur. I remember when she came here and what she returned with. Or we'll discover one of those two.
What did she return with?
I think she returns with a magnificent cloak, a shroud so dense and obscuring that it can shield anything behind it from any energy source.
Wow. That's interesting.
I don't think so.
Do you say this out loud?
No, I am
In the bath.
We're all in our own rooms.
warm cloth over his face, just randomly interjecting into the air. I don't think so.
No, I don't buy it. No, of course not. I don't say that out loud. You kidding me?
Well, this is interesting. But you've given me a lot to think about. And I appreciate you coming on such short notice. You're kind of great.
Of course.
Although it blows my mind that your mind can perceive time the way it does. How do you orient yourself?
I don't fully understand what happened.
There.
And I can't particularly say that I'm well oriented.
You know, it's fine. It happens to the best of us. I like clap them on the cheek.
Yeah. It makes a little hollow like sound. There we go.
That looks so weird when you do it off camera.
What?
Okay, so all you've done with freedom is eat people?
And also tell them about how great you are, my buddy.
But like, what's your 10-year plan?
Well, it's sort of more like a 10,000-year plan, which is to penetrate through the veil of reality, travel to the clockwork realm of Tixoxtix, so that I might advise my buddy on matters of great importance.
Oh, so this is important?
Yes, that is what I will do.
I thought I was meddling.
10,000 years. Wait, I'm sorry. Time doesn't really have any meaning for me anymore. In fact, I can feel my tether to this realm disintegrating slowly. I think I will disappear soon. Perhaps I already have.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let
He
you
needs
go
a
then.
vacation.
Yeah,
Thank
I take it easy.
I'll see you soon. And his like form sort of vanishes into a Velzerathoth shaped hole, which slowly fills in, like oozing from the edges until the world is stitched back together where he was.
So cool. So cool.
Yo.
I come out of my tent and
Yeah,
peek
I'm
into,
out there like playing with the dogs, and I'm like,
I
are we
sure
going
to smoke
to the
that shit.
entity?
and I'm just like, did you guys? His voice was really loud. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
No.
What the fuck? That cloak.
What is
What
that
do you
cloak,
think he
dude?
wanted with that cloak?
Yeah. That
Any energy. It protects you from any energy. Maybe even temporal energy. Maybe while everyone else has been stuck in a cycle, this queen has just been operating, moving forward. Right?
Oh no.
That's what I'm. Yeah, right? Like, this is a concern, right?
Not really. Just think about it. If she can move forward in time, the world still ends no matter what, so she'll still die.
Well, no, but I mean, like, what if it's like, oh, the world is end, the sun explodes, but if she's protected from all of that energy, does that mean she just lives through every cycle of that and like continues beyond that?
So do we, though.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We die.
And then we
And
come
the
back
cycle
with all of our
begins
memories
anew.
and everything, which is
Yeah,
quite
but that's
similar.
not the same. No, it's not.
And if
it's
anything, we
different.
come back completely refreshed and healthy, which I feel like is a little bit better than continuing on and aging. I've never looked better.
His skin is really quite lustrous from the Brillo pufferfish.
My tush is like a newborn babe's.
I send the dogs over to like start licking him and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stick my hand over the edge. I'm so relaxed. Stick my hand over the edge and let those dogs go to town on my hand.
Yep.
I'm like, it tickles a little bit. Thank you, Ankara.
Can I?
Stares it.
Can I cast Chill Touch like on the back of his neck?
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna cast Chill Touch on the bath.
Yeah.
No, like on the back of his neck, because it conjures a ghostly skeletal hand that assails a creature with the chill of the grave, and I want to do it like specifically on the back of his neck, like this cold death hand that like goes like that, like just.
Yeah. You know,
Down
this
his
is
back.
using 100%. This is what happens. Sarek, it's cold and slimy and bony.
Yeah, Sarek pulls the washcloth off his eyes and is like, "Mother?" And then feels the back of his neck and he's like, "I cut it out."
And that is where the sun goes out, the whump, and like everything just goes completely pitch dark. Thonk. The fairy lights stay on for like 5 seconds as they sort of flicker, and then they shut off entirely. And that's where we will take our 5-minute break.
Hey, all right, we'll be back in 5. See you then. Stay tuned for more of the goofs.
Bye.
Boop. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Sunfall Cycle. Did he leave? Did he? Steven? How could I look over? He's there. I enter the show. He's gone. That's
I feel
fine.
like he probably just went to like get a refill on his drink or something.
Yeah, the top of his Manhattan.
I don't know. We were just chatting and he got
Steven's-
up. See, there he is.
Did he switch to water?
Steven, are you getting more drinks?
That's just straight vodka. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Water. Oh, man. He's
Yo,
like,
speaking.
I'm
Yeah.
cultured. This is mezcal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Speaking of straight up drinks, straight up mezcal is incredible. I'm completely converted. I love Scotch.
Ooh.
No, Scotch is great. Nothing wrong with Scotch. Mezcal though, hits the spot most nights.
Scotch is great. I like Scotch a lot. There is not as many options for mezcal here in Amsterdam, but it is a very, very pleasant beverage if you like alcohol.
Yeah.
So, dawn crumbs early with golden fingers. It's been a little while.
Yeah. It's a little Odyssey humor.
The fairy lights flicker back on, just bathing the room in the yellow incandescent flickering glow of the like. Imagine these are like built out of like the very first light bulb that Thomas Edison ever made, like that kind of thing.
You mean the guy who actually invented the light bulb, Steven? Whose name I don't remember right now.
Nikolai
Matthew
Tesla?
Bulb. Elijah
Matthew
Bulb.
Matthew L. Bulb.
Matthew L. Bulb.
L. Bulb.
Oh, yes.
The L stands for light.
Of the Northumberland. The Northumberland bulbs, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
The Northumberland bulbs. Are you sure not from the Amsterdam bulbs?
I literally
No.
can
Get
see
out
the
of here,
dude
Steven.
in the tweed jacket, like Wikipedia profile picture. Like I can literally see the tweed jacket.
He,
like,
for some reason, definitely has a collection of pipes. For sure.
his father, Jebediah,
Right. They've been handed down, and
invented copper wiring.
he has a pocket watch that he never uses but is always on him. Yeah.
But Prince,
Right.
please, Matthew Bulb was my father. You can call me LED.
Yeah, that's his
Oh my God.
musical artist name.
That's
Boom, boom,
very,
boom.
very good.
Yeah.
Can we just shout out Butt Prince for a second for basically being like the 6th
Yeah.
cast member on this show, because every time we go live, he says the funniest shit in chat. Like, thank you. We love you.
It's
Yeah,
true. We
they
do.
are a sniper when it comes to
Yes.
wit.
Just like laser targeted humor.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, sorry, Steven, I sidetracked us. So the lights are on.
Yeah, the lights are on, and they're golden and everything. We all imagine it. It's great. You've all benefited from a long rest.
Ooh, lovely.
Ding, ding, ding.
Which
Little
means full
Pokemon
recovery of
Poke
hit
Center.
points, full
Sound goes
recovery
off.
of hit dice, full recovery of spells, and all of your daily powers.
That's what that jingle was?
I thought you were doing the boom,
I thought you were doing
boom,
Tokyo
boom.
Drift.
Boom, boom,
Ding,
boom.
ding, 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 ding. You know that?
Callback.
If you
That's
know
fair.
you have to go. I said Tokyo. I thought that's what you were doing.
I mean, look, we are family,
Ooh.
but I was doing the Pokemon Center
Ooh.
song.
Oh, okay.
Refresh.
So-
Okay, great.
You hear footsteps descending from the spiral stairs from the outside. You have like a moment before whoever is approaching is gonna like be in the central shared space of your abode. Is there anything you want to take care of before anybody arrives? Spring Coil comes around the corner carrying a big tray with like a big steaming pot of coffee and like
A
bowls
bunch of stale fucking cashy bars from Whole Foods from like
it's like
from the last
bowls
adventuring
of
party
poorly
here.
prepared rice, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not great, but it is edible. And actually, because it's been a little while since you've eaten, it does actually smell pretty good. And he says, "Who's hungry?" My friends, well, good morning. It's so nice to see you awake and alive. Skies are clear today, lower than usual chance of the iron wind.
Is this the first time we're waking up on a non-moon?
This is the first time that you have awoken from sleeping overnight in like 900 days.
Okay. See, I thought it was like, are we in the kiddie pool? And you're like, nah, this is the ocean. So I was like, hold on a second. Yeah,
What
we
does
feel
that, what does that mean?
a real power fantasy. It means we know what it means to rest.
Yeah, you notice Aya is like, what is this feeling? Because she's not used to the feeling of being groggy after you wake up.
What did you do to me? Yeah.
You drugged us!
Poison.
We've been poisoned in our sleep.
I just bring over coffee and start pouring it into her mouth.
Everything hurts. Is this antidote for the poison?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
I
Literally,
cannot
yes.
open my eyes. I've been blinded.
I
When
just wake up and I'm
open
like,
them,
"Ah."
they burn.
Fell asleep in another strange place again.
That's actually real though. That's the worst feeling, like when you wake up and you open your eyes and it like hurts and you have to walk around with your eyes half closed. That's me that's Aya for the rest of the session. Like
It's so hard. God, waking up in the morning is the worst.
am I dying?
Quite to the contrary. You are in fact living. Aya, all of a sudden, there's
Staring
a
at my
huge
hands.
weight that slams into your stomach as someone bounces off of you and goes, "Away! It's morning time."
Hi, Marshmallow. Thank you
Marshmallow
for the
flexes.
antidote. And Kara, it has helped a lot.
I call Marshmallow over to me. Like, come here.
Hello.
Give her some space. I just like take him and the dogs outside and we just go run around the yard for a while because that's what we do in the mornings.
That liquid smells so good.
Oh, here, have some.
Can I have some of that?
Yes, you can.
Oh, God.
boy.
Marshmallow on caffeine?
Oh, yeah. No one's monitoring this. I'm doing it. I love Marshmallow.
Sometimes my players give me the best presents. Yeah, so Spring Coil, he distributes a quartet of bowls of soggy rice and a number of cups of hot steaming bean juice. And then he says, "I have considered your proposal that myself," and he sort of holds up his arm and like his hand just sort of like falls down, and then he sort of like picks it up and like screws something back in place. "That myself and also the children should all take up arms and go strike at our oppressors.
No.
I think that perhaps this is a little bit risky, given that
No.
we don't have either weaponry nor person power."
Your takeaway from last night's conversation was that I endorse child soldiers?
Well, you were sort of
That's what I heard.
You were sort of telling us that we had to take up arms and fight our oppressors.
No, I was saying nobody ever did that for me, and that's why I was that. And that I want something better for these kids. I don't think that these babies should go to war.
Then we are in alignment. I have an idea.
Okay, lay it on me, because I have one too, and we'll see whose idea is better. Go.
All right. It's a race. We both say our idea on the count of 3. Are you ready?
Oh my God. I'm going
Okay.
to leave. I'm going.
1, 2, 3.
Seek out
Army
the elder
of
temporal god in the
machine
depths.
animals. What?
What?
A machine, a thing in the depths, an entity?
Yeah.
What about
Machine
the army of
god.
animals?
No, we awaken the Omnissiah. What are you? Praise be to the machine god. What are you talking about? What are you were talking about animals?
Well, I thought, the House Arbest obviously has this brood of animals they've been breeding deep in the depths of the world. And if we got down there and if I came with you, I believe that I and perhaps Ankara could probably gain control or at least establish some kind of symbiotic relationship with these creatures, provided, of course, that first we destroy the brood stone, which House Arabest is using to maintain control of the foul creatures.
Okay, love that plan.
What was your idea?
seeking out the machine gods in the depths of this place, some 700 meters below the surface of where we are currently now, and seeking for him to bring balance.
You're just making that up.
700 meters? Machine god? I haven't heard of any machine god, but 700 meters down is the old, that's the old House Claxon residence, I believe. House Kalaka residence.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's someone who dwells there.
Oh, him. Yes, there is someone who lives there.
Do you think he could help?
Let me look at this. Where did I write this down?
Control F.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I did Control F, actually.
We've all been there.
Yes, there is something that lives down in the depths of House Kalaka. We call it Broke Tooth.
House Kalaka.
Yes.
That was the house that was overthrown.
Yes.
Is this Broke Tooth an ally of theirs?
I believe that Broke Tooth was some foul intelligence from the depths of the world that clawed its way up, perhaps chased by or riding the waves of the iron wind. He is a great writhing orb of gears and cogs, pulsating with optical sensors projecting in every direction.
He sounds a lot like right, guys. He sounds like old Atikusu. I bet you I could parlay with this dude. You know, I have a way. If they have more than one optical sensor, you know, I tend to, my favor with them goes up to by the nth degree. Like, the more optical sensors, the more they tend to like me.
What does optical sensor mean?
Eyeballs.
He sort of points at like his eyeballs and says, "These. You have some of them too. They look a little squishier, but you know, it seems as though, you know, the flesh creatures were crafted in our image after all."
Right. And so, would there be any indication if these optical sensors see us coming? Will it go from like blue to yellow to red? Maybe?
Yes, absolutely. Exactly that progression. They start out blue, and then when they are detecting you, they turn yellow.
Right.
And then after a short period of time, they turn red. But if you evade their vision for long enough, they go back to blue.
Right. And then if I had some sort of technical gizmo, I could perhaps hijack said optical sensors and create the beast to become my ally, yes?
I don't much like the idea of mind control, but
it's not a beast. It's an intelligence, Sarek. Something that you lack.
All right. Well, you don't have to be mean about it. God.
What is your
woke up on the wrong side of the bed, if you know what I'm saying.
Dude, why did you always go for enslavement every time?
Only one of us actually enslaves.
You can take the noble out of the courtroom, but you can't take the courtroom out of the noble.
I can't figure out why this group of you...
I'm like, yeah.
I can't figure out why this group... Literally...
Nobles are gonna noble.
I'm over here with this orc man who wears chains. I'm over here with this, whatever the hell you are, Aya.
That's cool. I'm not a profession. I'm just orc man. Thanks.
Right, all right. So the orc man, I'm over here with the orc man with his chains, and Aya who literally ensnares deities, right?
What?
Please.
I did not ensnare anyone.
And I am the problem?
Deity enslaver. Okay, I see
how
it is.
I am the problem, please.
Be clear. Let's be clear.
Please.
I don't tell Velzirathoth what to do.
Right, no, he just does things for you because he's a good little boy.
He doesn't, but I never told him to do that. The only reason I bound him to me was because there were concerns that he would run amok and eat half the world.
Right,
so
we could have just killed him.
He's like a pit bull on a leash.
On a leash, yes, that's absolutely
tell him
correct.
what to do.
Why am I the bad guy again? Anyone in
But
Kara?
that's different than
Why am I
me
the bad
putting
guy?
him- No, because
I'm outside with the animals.
what you do, Sarek, is
Yes.
you take that pit bull on a leash and then you take him to some underground fighting ring and make him fight for money. And I would never do that.
Have you ever seen
I'm
that
John
happen?
Bernthal,
Have I ever
and
done
you're
that?
like a shady drug lord.
In the 8,000 years we've clearly been together at this point, have you ever seen me do anything like that? Have you ever? Do you have any evidence?
To do what you want? That's like your MO.
I've never once done anything like. In fact, numerous times I've saved this group. Numerous times I've gone out of my way to help. In fact, I'd say I'm frankly the nicest one here.
It was all to cover for your queen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Springcoil raises a hand and says, "So, is it the terrifying orb of gears, or is it the army of machine animals?"
Shut up, robot. Anyway, so why are you giving me?
Racially profiling him too. Orc
I
man,
will go
robot.
outside.
It was a descriptor. What do you mean? It was a descriptor. Orc guy, robot, whatever
and
you are,
Kara.
descriptor.
You know that elves. Do you know that half elves get a bonus to charisma? So I like talk to him and tell him about it.
And Kara, you see Springcoil wander aimlessly out of the cavern that your companions are in. Marshmallow immediately zips straight over to him and says, "Hello, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you today. It's a very nice day today. I couldn't believe that we had a morning. It's very impressive. We haven't had a morning in about 900 years. Have you had a morning every 900 years, or do you have it only once every 1,000 years? Will you be my friend?"
I'm just behind him going,
He just like stands up next to you and says, "And Kara, do you think we should take control of an army of machine animals, or go make a deal with a god of orb cube gearhead creature?"
let's make a deal. I want to make a deal. I love making deals. I don't want to control the animals.
Well, when you think about it, it's really that we would be freeing them from House Arabest's control and then making friends with them, so they're inclined to help us. But,
Okay, Dr. Robotnik.
but it would definitely still be
That feels like
making friends with them with the aim of convincing them to fight for us.
Is this not the plot of Sonic? Or
I
am
don't know if I don't know.
Am I wrong? Is this...
So, I'm gonna end up having to find a biplane at some point, and we're gonna like, come on, get on, Aya, let's go.
Isn't this what Robotnik did? He stole the animals and then turned them into robots to fight for him?
Well, yeah.
Bronze, haven't you heard about like fairy tale theory about how there's like only 7 archetypal stories,
Mhm.
and like one of them is like a gang of eco-terrorists blow up the world-destroying reactors
Mhm.
and get embroiled with like an alien from outer space whose cells were injected into a human. And another one of them is the machines, where we're turning all the animals into machines and then using them as an army. There are some others, but those are 2 of the biggest ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that Robert Jordan? the every hero.
One of them is farm boy has hidden powers and goes on to save the world because he is special.
I feel like maybe we could just
I was always
help the
fond of that one.
animals if we talk to the other guy. So then we don't have to coerce
He nods.
them
He says,
or get people
"Well,
killed."
it does come to mind that if we broker a deal with Broketooth, we might be able to include in such a deal that he disintegrate the brood orb, the broodstone."
Yeah, why wouldn't he? That sounds like a reasonable thing.
Why wouldn't he? Indeed.
We have to go talk to him.
Yay! I love talking to people.
Yay! I'm fucking hyped up on caffeine too. It's like I'm just so happy. I got a good night's sleep and I'm playing with Marshmallow and dogs.
Awesome.
Plus, we could make a new friend.
Bronze and Jesse.
Yeah.
Does this sound like a good angle of approach?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesse wise, sure. Sark wise, no comment.
Gotcha. Cool. Eric, are you in?
Absolutely. Let's do it. That sounds awesome.
Cool. So, smash cut. The party, including like a visibly vibrating Marshmallow, are descending down like a long spiral staircase into the depths, and like the light is going grayer and grayer. Yeah, I think, let me think. Let me take a little Google here real quick. Yeah. Totally. Okay. You've descended deep enough now that you can see like the roof of the ancient House Kalaka below you. And it's like this ancient like Gothic cathedral style rooftop where it's got like flying buttresses on the side, and there's like some huge like bronze verdigreed sheet metal roof with like ribs that are holding it up, and there's a huge like hole devoured in the side of this bronze verdigreed roof, like, you know, in on one side of this steepled roof. But sort of off back further away, sort of distant in the haze, you can see this like large tower sort of spiraling up out of this rooftop. So you know, you're sort of at like one end of the rooftop and the tower is at the other end. And this tower has like big broad glass windows. And there's two pieces of information that you get. One is on the rooftop far below you, there's a clockwork halberdier. And you saw this when you first met Klaxon from House Arabest. Like, he had these halberdiers with him that I think on the page in front of us right here, there's like this like triangle shaped character here. This is the general silhouette of the halberdiers, except they're also like kind of like the card warriors from Alice in Wonderland.
I literally was going to make that analog. Yeah.
Okay. They've got like a huge halberd that they're holding like this. So there's just one of them on the rooftop, but he's sort of like looking down, and every once in a while you can hear like the muffled sound of his Vox transponder as he shouts down into the hole in the rooftop. So it sounds like this individual is communicating to people inside, perhaps. To this tower far away, there's actually like, so the hole in the rooftop is completely pitch black. There's no light from inside at all. But from these big glass windows surrounding this tower, there's light streaming out, like brilliant white light. It's not like a spotlight or a not like a lighthouse. It's just like really steady, bright white light, much brighter and steadier than the kind of light that the folks in the Fulcrum were using. And by the light, I think, who is it who has the highest passive perception check? It's probably Sarek.
I would say me, but let me verify.
It's got to be Ankara.
Passive perception?
Yeah, passive perception.
Ankara has like a 74 wisdom.
My I'm at a 6, I think. Yeah.
7.
Okay, yeah, it's Ankara.
Yeah.
So Ankara, you can see that inside this tower, There's like all sorts
Okay,
of like
go for it.
alchemical like alembics and retorts and like huge, tubular distilling machines and like things that look like maybe they span like multiple floors, like, tubage and like clockwork, like pendulum mechanisms and stuff like that. All around the edge of the tower, there are like what are clearly decorative gargoyles, but forged from the metal of this world rather than carved from stone. But they look exactly like the gargoyles you would expect to see, back in your world, gnarled faces and, blunt, brutish wings and sharp claws at the end of hands and fangs and mouths. So yeah, these are the two like possible spots that you see from your current vantage point, sort of at the bottom of this spiral staircase, hanging above sort of like the next layer down of the clockwork realm of Tixoxix. The light is going a little bit grayer. You're sort of descending into a twilight. The air is a little bit thicker here with like just a passive wisp of the iron wind trailing past from time to time. What do you do?
Should approach cautiously.
Yeah. We're information, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about to say, who is leading this merry band?
Ikas.
Yeah, Ikas.
We want to go to the hole or the tower?
The hole?
Or didn't you say there was a black hole?
Yeah, there's a hole in the roof, or there's a tower at the back of the roof.
And you said that a soldier was looking into it. So
Yep.
the soldier's also on the roof. So we can
The
basically
halberdier's on the roof. Yep.
Yeah. So we can go talk to that person.
I mean, I guess is talking the thing we're trying to do.
I mean, we're trying to find Broketooth, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So-
But is it like we want?
I mean, we could go over there and just be like, hey, do you know where Broketooth is? And if he's like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys aren't supposed to be here, we can just like 300 or whatever, like boost boom into the hole.
Damn.
Sparta!
Yeah, all right. Well, I think you're leading us. So.
Hello!
This is
We're
incredible.
looking for Broketooth. What's that?
So just so you know, there's one challenge ahead of you before you're
Oh,
able to
boy.
yell in this guy's ear, which is you're dangling at the bottom of this spiral staircase, some like 150 feet above the roof.
Oh.
How are you going to get down there?
They're a good target for my telekinesis.
Oh, buddy, you know it. There's
Elevator
there's like some ancient like weather vane with like big flat circular panes at the end of like a trio of arms that's like sort of spinning lazily in the wind, some like 40 feet away or whatever. Well, one of the big flat discs is sort of dangling by a thread.
Interesting.
Disc me.
Gelfling.
He sounds terrible. Woo.
Hang on. I think I know a way down, and I'm gonna use my telekinesis to my Baja Blast color on the disc and set
There's
us up so we can get down.
There's a loud spang as the disc that you're yanking on with your telekinesis pulls free of the arm that it's attached to and slides through the air over in your direction, sliding up immediately adjacent to the bottom of this quote unquote spiral staircase, which is actually like the spiral groove of some crankshaft that's hooked up into some shit, hundreds of feet above you. Awesome.
Everyone on board. It can hold our weight. Except Zarek, you're gonna have to leave your ego.
Sarek jumps on lightly and is like, "Oh, okay."
Marshmallow rockets to the front, grabs onto it, and then goes, "Let's go!"
I just turn him back and I'm like, I'm not sorry. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on too.
Float us down.
Cool.
Maybe we should float like above and behind the guy so we could talk to him, and then if he's threatening, you can just like slam this thing on top of him.
Kairos, you're in charge. You're the driver here.
Problem is that if we do that, then we all fall. So
Is that true?
maybe I mean we wanted. I thought we wanted to talk to this guy.
We do. I'm just saying, like, from a hovering safe distance to where if he's like bad, we can just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower us down to a talkable distance, and then I assume either Aya or Sark is gonna be the one who initiates first contact.
Oh, man. Okay. I mean, let's do it.
Cool. The disc slowly slides to a level, you know, I'm imagining something like 15 feet above this guy. Like you're out of halberd range, but you're within easy, like, loud talking range. Does that track? Everybody's cool with that?
Yeah.
The disc slides into an even 15 feet away, comes to a stop, and then a voice calls out, "Intruder, halt!" The gentleman turns around and looks up at you, up at Marshmallow, and says, "It is you who are the intruder, and it is in fact you who should halt." Marshmallow says, "No, it's you. You are intruding here. We belong here, and you do not. Look, you're next to a hole. Is that hole where you're supposed to be? I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to be somewhere else right now." the man says, "You don't have the authority to tell me where I am, and I'm not allowed to be. Who are you, and why are you doing here?" And he says, "You are a guard, and you're supposed to be guarding something, and I don't think it's a hole, is it? Holes are not very important. They're not very worth guarding." And he says,
I turn around and I go, "All right, I'm sorry." And then I brush off. I'm like, shush.
I'll leave.
Thank you. We have to be responsible if we're going to drink way too much coffee and have a good time.
Did you give him the same drugs you gave me?
I don't really pay enough attention to know the answer to that question. Sorry about our little snaky friend here. Aya.
Yes. Hello. We come to parlay with the Lord of this realm.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I know the answer to this question. He says, "You come here to parlay with Klaxon, but Klaxon is not down here. Klaxon is far above."
No, broke tooth.
Broke tooth. Danger, danger, danger.
Are you good?
Danger, danger, danger.
Are you done?
Should we worry about this?
What kind of danger?
Extreme. Wait a minute. What's
Danger.
the geometric name for a...
What's a geometric name for a what?
Yeah. He says the danger threat level is measured at convex regular icosahedron, the highest danger threat level that we know.
What?
It is a danger threat level with 20 sides. Brent.
I just always assume people are being like on purpose obtuse. I don't understand what you're saying. Is he around?
He just sort of like, you see like the golden tinge of his skin just like fade to silver, and he says, Please hush. You will bring him down upon us.
Where is he?
He is deep within the depths of the house.
Doing what?
Existing.
Of the house.
He's just down there?
He is just down there. What are you doing here?
We're trying to find him. We just asked you where he was. Do you think he's going to be dangerous to us, though, or just you?
He sort of like puts one hand to his head and says, you are trying to find Broketooth, but Broketooth is extremely dangerous. This does not compute. Wait a minute. I am supposed to be guarding something. I am supposed to be guarding this hole. I am supposed to be guarding this hole from intruders.
Well, what counts as an intruder?
You do. And then he, let's see. What does he do?
It's shot by Sarek.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was literally about to, I kill him.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I just jump off the platform and can kick him into the hole and then turn into a bird.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so
you recycle him.
You all are ready with this. Like you were prepared that this might turn into some bullshit.
We were.
Sarek, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me see. Where people are near him, right?
There is nobody near him, but I think this counts as a surprise attack.
Yeah, I'd like to.
He's so disoriented by being interrogated by a tiny flying lizard that you absolutely have the drop on him.
Great. So I'd like to make sure I can use my gloves for advantage on attack rolls, and any hit you score on a surprise creature is a crit. So
yep,
just do that.
Yep. Let's see. I need like Mankind Horde. Is that what we need? This is like a bunch of like random soldiers looking cowardly. There's a great halberdier on horseback. I'm just going to use that, even though we know that this guy is not on horseback. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Clockwork halberdier. Nameplate.
Let's kill him.
That. Save. Cool. You have advantage on this shot, right?
Yup, and a crit.
Amazing. Then you hit him and also critted him.
How do I manage a crit on roll 20? If I
you just roll damage a second time, and then you roll your sneak attack twice.
And that's 30, what I'm gonna do.
34 plus that's 46, 67 damage. Ciao.
Respectable.
And Kara, I heard you were leaping off. And...
No, that's if he didn't want to shoot at him.
Oh, no, I shot him. He's asking too many questions.
All four of you can take an action here.
Maintaining concentration. I will spend a bless.
Cool.
On my companions.
Awesome. I see they've already got the little bless icon on them, so we'll just leave that there. Killer.
Bacon bless.
Bronze.
Brought to you by Waffle House.
I'm going to. I'm not wasting a spell slot. Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll short bow.
Sure. Nice. Yeah, roll that short bow attack.
Cha,
yep.
cha.
That's a hit. Bronze, that first Eldritch Blast. Well, I guess both of them hit because at this point he's still surprised. So it's like you get the advantage. So go ahead and roll damages.
I didn't roll very well there. That's okay.
You get a second damage roll. Yeah, 18. So 18 plus 7 is 25. Minus 25. And he's knocked back. Wait, that was to Bronze. Lol. Plus 25 to Bronze. Minus 25 to the Clockwork Halberdier. The Clockwork Halberdier is knocked backwards 20 feet straight into the hole and disappears into the darkness going, ow, 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 ow.
Sorry.
In the distance, you hear a thunk, crash, shatter.
Now we know how far down it goes.
I turn around to Sarek and say, next time throw yourself in as well so we may be rid of your foolishness.
What? What was that voice? Who are
Haven't you ever read that book?
What book?
Lord of the Rungs.
Lord of the Rungs? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd.
Like the rungs of a ladder?
No, I don't read that. The one ladder to rule them all, not a fan.
Yeah, the one ladder was forged for the Dark
I'm aware
Lord
they made movies
his
about
dark
it, but
throne.
I'm not.
I love how they're
didn't
standing
watch
on a platform arguing about this while like Kairos is literally holding us all up with concentration.
There was another, but they were all of them deceived. For another ladder was
another
forged.
ladder. Yeah.
Yeah, and it went higher than all the other ladders. That Lord became the Lord of the Rungs.
So
That's a reference,
Oh
sorry.
my god.
Daron. The ladder.
So it's at this point in time that you hear a series of other voices rising up from the hole, shouting 0120, are you all right? Danger, we are making a dangerous level of noise. Alert, what is that? Oh, I see it.
We should move.
Run, scatter me. And then you hear this zoip as a beam of nothingness shoots up out of the roof and just carves a line through the roof. And the roof just vanishes before the beam. It's probably like the thickness of your forearm. It's not super big. And then another beam of nothingness just shoots out the side of the building. And then another beam of nothingness shoots out like from another section of roof and just carves like a little question mark curly Q before vanishing. And then inside you hear only silence. And then in the silence, you hear the soft susurrus as the wind starts to rise around you.
Iron Wind?
Indeed.
Ugh.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
Right before you all die terrible deaths, we'll just wrap it up there. All right, if that's what you want to do to us. Anyway, before we peace out, let's go around this screen and talk to our lovely team here. Britt, what's going on with you?
Not much. I'm just living life. I think I'm gonna take Stacey to the park today, so that's what I've got going on. I don't know, just taking my classes. I'm gonna go to the LA art show this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. The one's in LA. Jesse, if you want to come, it's at the convention center, and there's gonna be tons of art there.
Oh.
So if you're in LA, check it out. Maybe if you like art.
Oh.
That's what I'm doing. I just hope everyone has a nice weekend.
Steven, what's happening with you?
Not much, man. There's this small indie game that I've been working on for a little bit, and it's launching in about a month, and I'm really excited. I hope that y'all, find the time to pay attention to it in a pretty packed February. It's called Horizon Forbidden West, and the brand new story trailer just released today. So if you want, you can go check that out on Guerrilla's YouTube channel or PlayStation's YouTube channel. It reveals some elements of the story and characters that you would not have seen prior to now. So if you're interested in going in completely unaware of those things, be aware that that is there. But on the other hand, if you're wanting to get hyped for all the cool new and returning characters in Horizon Forbidden West, definitely check it out. It is a fantastic trailer. I'm just like astonished. So that's super hype. And that's it.
Okay, Bronze, what's up? What's happening with you?
I am working on bringing Shikar 2022 to the books. We have we are finalizing a very exciting new sponsor. We have a new cast member, which I'm super excited to announce, and sometime over the next 2 weeks, just keep an eye on your social media. We'll have dates and announcements. I just sat down with them and made their character, and it was a lot of fun. That's my favorite part as a DM. And so I'm just really excited to work on that. Everything else I'm working on is very, very NDA. So that's the writer's life / DM's life. But I have a couple of cool projects coming to you this year. So if you like watching me do tabletop RPG stuff, I guess stay tuned. In other news, I've been playing a copious amount of Monster Hunter Rise on my channel, and I'm super excited to stream Horizon Zero Dawn when it comes out. So,
oh yeah,
I streamed the first one, and I'm definitely going to be streaming Forbidden West. So make sure you follow and come watch it on my channel instead of Jesse's, because I'm better at video games than he is.
True.
So,
there's never been a bigger lie ever told out of all the lies on this show. It's not true. It's not true.
Which one of you is going to play it on Ultra Hard?
I played the last one on Ultra Hard and beat it, so I'm definitely going to play this
shit.
one on Ultra Hard.
Yeah, all right. Have fun with that.
Yes. What difficulty did you beat it on?
I don't even remember. I last played it like whenever it first came out.
Was it because it was on normal?
It was so hard that he just like can't remember.
Are you shaming me for enjoying the story over? I think you are. I think you're a shame monger.
Here's the thing: you can do both.
No.
I'm gonna enjoy Steven's
shame monger.
gameplay,
Shame
mechanics,
monger with a monger.
And I'm gonna enjoy the story because guess what? I can do both.
Oof, I don't believe that for a minute. Anyway, I'm glad that you think that you're. I'm not gonna tell you.
What's to do with you, Eric?
I mean, much like the rest of y'all, not much. Just doing my Pendragon. I'm in the Pendragon mines, mining that Arthurian myths. What's up with you, Jesse?
Nothing. I am bad at games, and I don't know how to write, and I can't find any good dates. And let's see what else has happened today.
But he did just come out with 5-minute gaming news, which is amazing. I've been hooked.
Yeah.
This fucking gaslighting on this show is out of control.
What?
Out of control.
I told you yesterday I liked it.
Out of control. Out of control.
You go check out 5-minute gaming news. Jesse presents news in a really concise format with some really nuanced and well thought out opinions. It's
She's
much
never
better
seen
than
one
a Twitter
episode.
thread.
Not one episode. Not even watched one.
I would definitely check
if
it
you
out.
did watch a thing, you've
You
not
know.
watched one episode. Never seen it before.
I have. I've
Never seen it
watched
before.
every episode except the one that dropped an hour and a half ago.
Called
so
me said
you
I
go
eat
check
her
it out.
Twinkie. She said I eat her
One
Twinkie
of
today.
my favorite points that
She
Jesse
said
brought
Jesse
up
Cox eats my
video
Twinkie.
about
Is what
the
she said.
DMCA drama was that Jesse did point out that it's actually symptomatic of a larger issue, and that bands are very profitable in terms of marketing because of poor discoverability on Twitch. So I've held that belief for a long time. So I definitely recommend checking out 5
Told
Minute
me to
Gaming
eat
News.
her Twinkie today.
The new
To eat her Twinkie. Cream-filled Twinkie. I don't even know how to take that. I don't even know how to take that shit. She was like, "Eat my Twinkie,
don't say
bitch."
Twinkie. I don't even know how to take that.
I don't even know how to take
say
it.
I don't know how to take that in relation to Twinkie.
I don't know how to
Don't
take
say
that. I've never. You know what? I don't know
know.
how.
I
Don't
have a
say
deep,
that combination of
deep
words.
knowledge
Bronze,
of
I
how
don't-
to take a Twinkie.
I don't know how to take a
Stop saying
Twinkie.
taking a Twinkie. No,
I can't
don't
take a
say
Twinkie,
that.
especially a cream-filled Twinkie. I've never done that before. You'd have to show me.
Aren't they all? Isn't
You'd
the-
have
a
to show
Twinkie
me,
inherently
Bronze.
cream-filled, Jesse?
You'd have to show me. How do I take that Twinkie? I've never done it before.
Are you doing this with your hands right now?
I'm closing my optical sensor. I'm shielding my optical sensor.
Your cringe shields are failing.
You need that fucking cloak that
Holding-
Queen of Ur had.
How do I turn off my auditory sensors too?
Too late for that. Oh, goodness. All right. That's it for us. Thank you so much. We will see y'all next week. Bye, everybody. Oh, hold on. Wait.